And we are live. Happy Friday. As you guys can see, Marina is driving. She is really busy working on sourcing and, she's trying to get some treasure for us. So unfortunately, she's not able to get on this live, but she will be nodding, perhaps, or putting a thumbs up. So I'm gonna get started. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. We made it to the end of the week. So today is Fun Facts Friday. So every Friday we do talk about some really fun stuff. I want to first introduce us. My name is Michelle, and Marina is driving, as you can see on here. So we are Flipping Gals. We are the Flipping Gals, but on Instagram, our handle is now Flipping Gals. We like to buy and resell items, mostly vintage items. And so we do it for fun. We do it as a hobby. We started off trying to raise money to build a backyard, and then we now became a thing, and now became a thing. So girly girl style hubs, hello. How are you doing? So she is on hands-free for sure. She has this like holder thing in the car, so she's safe. I know. So Bill, so today we're going to talk about Levi's. Fun Facts Friday. So Levi's is very interesting. I found a lot of really cool stuff. So Bill has a comment here. He says, Levi's is selling secondhand items now, which I'm going to talk about. It's quite interesting, and I don't know the details of how it's going to work out, but I have a couple of ideas, so we could briefly talk about it. Before we get started, I want to make a note that we have a Q&A live today. There is a Poshmark party today at 7 p.m. PST. It's 7 to 7:40, and Marina and I will be guest speakers. And there's going to be, raffles, and this is hosted by Thrifty206. Her name is Amanda. She's super sweet. So there's going to be raffles. I think there's a bingo or something. So if you guys could join us, please join us at 7 p.m. PST. All right, I'm going to get started. So Bill said the freaking prices, though. What the heck? Talk about that, Bill. I don't know anything about the pricing for that quite yet for Levi secondhand. Please share. Please shed some light. All right, I'm going to get started. So what do you guys know about Levi's? I've learned quite a few things about Levi's. So hang on. I'm trying to navigate here. Okay. All righty. I think I got this. Cool. All right, so Levi's jeans. So this is interesting. Levi's were actually first created by two immigrants. This, although it's it's known as an American brand, a lot of people didn't know that. This actually came from two immigrants who kind of formed the company together. Of course, Levi's is the person who now owns a company. But the other partner, his name is Jacob Davis, and he actually was trying to find really tough material and to create some pants, to make some pants for workers. So Jacob Davis, reached out to Levi's, who is a supplier, and then basically they formed, they started the company based on that. So that's interesting. That's something I didn't know about. And on this photo right here, this is Levi Strauss. So you could see his photo. All right. Now, the second fun fact is the first pair of Levi's actually cost only $1.25 in 1880. One of those original pairs were actually bought back by the Levi's company, and this pair of jeans came from 1887, and Levi's purchased this pair of jeans for $46,532. Insane. This is the photo of that pair of jeans, and it looks pretty good considering that it's that old, from 1880s. So that's super awesome. And the oldest pair of jeans are in a fireproof vault in San Francisco. I don't know if you guys know this. So Levi's headquarters is in San Francisco, and after the research I've done, there are only two people who have access to this vault. And one of them is a jean historian. And I have no clue that there is such a thing as jean historian. But this person has access to that vault. It's fireproof. That pair of jeans, those pairs of jeans are now worth $150,000 just for one pair. Insane. But it's I don't blame them. It's antique, The next fun fact is that Levi's was originally designed as work clothes for cowboys, laborers who worked in mines, lumberjacks, and railroad workers. So Levi's, they moved to San Francisco because of the gold rush. And obviously they're targeting people who worked in mines. And I'm really surprised that now it became like a fad. Like everyone is wearing Levi's, and we're not cowboys. We're not, lumberjacks. We're not railroad workers. So that's really cool. And as you could see on here, this is an ad from Levi's, and it's got these people wearing cowboy hats with those blue signature jeans. And if you look at the logo, it has a big E on here. Hang on one second. This dog is trying to hang on, guys. Sorry, I gotta pick her up. Oops. Sorry, doggy trouble. Yes. So this is super cool. The next fun fact, Levi's first original store was actually opened in Spain in 1983. So they originally was set up as a wholesaler. And then I think the jeans got popular and they decided to open a store. And the first store was actually in Spain. I had no clue, and I would have thought, who would have thought that? I would think it would be in San Francisco, but that's not the case. So that's super fun. Hey, Rich, welcome. Happy Friday. And this is something new that I'm not aware of. So there are two types of material, apparently. I thought denim and jeans are the same thing, but apparently denim, it means one white thread and one colored thread. And jean means two threads of the same color. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is quite interesting. So that's that. Now, in 1886, Levi's introduced the two-horse trademark. So this is something I never noticed. Like if you look at the back of the jeans, there's, this illustration, this graphic on the brown little patch on the back. And the patch is basically two horse carriage trying to pull the jeans apart. So I guess, the meaning here is they're trying to show how tough and how strong the jeans are. And I never connected that story. I just thought, there were some horses there. So I thought this was super cool. And till this day, they still have this graphic on the back of the jeans. And this is another fun fact that I'm sure a lot of you guys know this already. So Levi produced the big E tab till 1971. So one thing that Levi's did was they put a little red tab on the jeans to make them look different, to make them stand out. And before 1971, the letter E under that little red tab is capitalized. So that's why you hear, a lot of like resellers talking about how do you spot, vintage Levi jeans or vintage Levi clothing, is really look for the big E. This is something we talked about yesterday as well. So that's how we, got into this topic. So after 1971, they changed the tab letters and small E's. So you could see from this photo, on the left, it's an example with the big E, and on the right, it's the non-vintage version. So this next fun fact is something I had no clue. So if you guys have seen, sometimes Levi's, they have this style with the two X's, it's XX. So the XX means this was the first style that Levi, first put out there with the double X. And after the lot number 501. So 501 is definitely the first style that they came up with. We actually happen to have a pair of 501XX. I think this was owned by Marina's brother. We still have those jeans for sale. So they're actually worth a little bit more money. So be on the lookout. This is a BOLO item. Look for those XX. Now, here's another fun fact is how do you spot counterfeit Levi? So we've got 3 examples here. One is look at the patch on the back of the jeans. The original Levi tab, or we call it tab. I don't know, I call it patch. The tab, is a lighter color. It basically has really clean printing, red printing of the horses and the font. But then the fake one over here is like a brown tab, and it's got like black printed on it. So that's certainly a fake one. The second example here is look at the rivets. In most cases, when you want to see if something is counterfeit or real, look at the zippers, the buttons, the rivets, and making sure they have printing on them. So over here, the real example has the LS and CO basically embossed on the rivet. So make sure that you look for that. If you go shopping at a thrift store, you want to make sure it's real. The third thing that you want to look at is the label, the tag. The tag should say Levi's with the logo on it. It should also have a letter R, the registration mark, that is a little bit cropped. So that should be part of the logo. And the next thing you should look for is San Francisco, California on the tag of your item. So those are the 3 ways to look for it. Now, I do want to talk about this. So Bill brought this up, and we got this email today. Levi's is starting a secondhand store. And I'm not quite sure how it works, but supposedly, if you want to shop sustainably, you can go to secondhand.levi.com. You could buy a pair of used jeans. They actually clean them, they wash them, they make sure everything's clean. But not only can you buy from there, you can also go to a store. You can drop off your denim jackets and jeans that you no longer wear. So you can go to a Levi's store, you drop off your old jeans, and they're going to give you a gift card. And then, they're going to clean and sort and list the clothes on secondhand.levi.com. Now, Bill, you had a comment about pricing. I haven't looked into pricing, so I'm really wondering how much they're selling these jeans for, because it's going to be an investment for them to clean the jeans and sort and process. And so I'm wondering, are people shopping with the intention of saving the environment, or are people shopping style, for vintage style. I'm not sure. Let us know what you think. I think this is a very interesting concept, and almost like in my mind, I'm like, well, what if you go to a thrift store and you drop off all your jeans at a Levi store? Like, how would that work? I don't know. So I'd be interested to explore. So Bill has a comment. Bill says, holy smokes, way too much. Not touching those pieces with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I want to try it out. I actually want to go to a Levi store and like go through the whole process and see how that works. I think, you know, if this concept works, I think a lot of other retail store will probably do the same thing. Yeah, so we will see. So that's it. That's it for our Fun Facts Friday. It's quite short today. Marina is on a journey to come back. Excuse me. To do the our live. It's at 7 p.m. PST. Follow Thrifty 206. And, you know, we're going to go live again when there's going to be a Q&A session between 7 to 7:40 p.m. PST. And without further ado, we're going to look at our meme. So over here, we've got a person wearing a pair of ripped jeans, and the ripped jeans actually has a really giant hole in it. And he's got a glass of wine. You know, he put his glass of wine in that hole. And meme says, for anyone curious, the hole and the ripped jeans are actually used for holding your glass of wine. So that's it for today. I hope everyone have a great week, and I hope that you guys can, you know, come join us at 7, and we will see you there. And obviously, Marina is MIA. You could see an empty chair there. But, you know, we'll talk to you guys soon, and have a great weekend if we don't speak with you and see you on Monday. Okay, bye. Good night.